You're listening to Stories Behind the Songs with Chris Blair. For more information, check out chrisblair.com. We are back in Nashville, another Stories Behind the Songs episode, and today we have an awesome guest with us. I've been friends with her for a long time. We're going to talk about how she's started her own festival, how amazing of a songwriter she is, everything that she's doing in town, some incredible recognition that she's already getting, and the hottest thing, The Road, the show that is out right now. Welcome today's guest, Jenny Tolman. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm so good. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, we've known each other for a long time.
Yes.
And your husband Dave and I are friends. He's an awesome producer and writer himself. But I was trying to think, like, was it St. Augustine that we originally met, or was it through the listing room? I don't even remember.
I honestly don't remember either, because I was born and raised here in Nashville,
Yeah.
so I've been coming to the listening room for forever. I feel like we really connected in St. Augustine for the first time, because I probably met you like really briefly at the old location. But yeah, St. Augustine is definitely where we got to play together and really get to know each other. So yeah, that festival's
it's just become like a family. So yeah, the people that go multiple years in a row, like you guys, like it just becomes like where it's like a blur. Like,
I know.
Well, they're family. I don't remember where it started, but anyway,
shout out to Arliss.
That's right. Yes. But yeah, I want to briefly talk about, you are one of those unicorns, born and raised in Nashville, and you started playing piano by ear at age 3.
Yes.
So you've been around music forever. What was life like growing up for you?
It's interesting because people are always like, oh my gosh, you grew up in Nashville. What was it like Music City? And I really didn't have like this realization that was cool until I got into the music industry and was like, oh, everybody moves here for this. That's crazy. Because I was, like I said, born here. My dad was a singer, so he was in the music industry. So like music was normal to me. It wasn't this like crazy career that you have to leave your hometown for and chase this wild dream. It was like, oh, that's like, like some people's moms are a doctor or a dentist or a teacher, or their dad is a lawyer, whatever it like goes to work. My dad works in music. And so it was a blessing that was kind of like my mindset. I grew up walking up the bonus room steps to a Garth Brooks platinum record that my dad sang on, and thought everybody's dad had that. So it was kind of just this like instilled love and understanding in me that I was like, I love music, and I sang since before I can even remember. And like you said, started playing piano when I was 3 and just loved music, was obsessed with it. That's all I cared about. And so, when I was 16, I got a guitar for my birthday. And before that, I had started writing like short stories and thought, oh, maybe I'll be like a children's author or something like that. I just loved creating, and I loved creating characters. But it was really, the guitar was kind of like this light bulb moment where I was like, oh, I can put everything that I love to do together, and it's called being a singer-songwriter, and country music, especially storytelling. So ever since that moment, I'm like, okay, well, I always kind of knew that was what I was going to do, but that like sealed the deal.
That's when you were born.
Yes.
Right there.
Yes, exactly.
So tell me about Jennyville.
Yes. So Jennyville is a play off of Dennis Lindy's Lindyville. My husband, Dave, who you mentioned, we started working together before we were ever in love. Probably like 10 years ago now. And when we were writing, he's just as weird and wacky as I am. And so we would have all these crazy characters running around. And he's like, well, what if we just make Jennyville? Like Dennis Lindy had Lindyville, let's make Jennyville. And honestly, I was a little like, I don't want people to think that I like love myself that much, like Jennyville. But I was like, if it's your idea, then maybe, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
I'll run with it. So it just, honestly, it wasn't even a place that I was gonna like share with the world and be like, welcome to Jennyville. And it was kind of just this fun imaginary town that we got to go to whenever we wrote, and we would like invite our co-writers into this crazy little world. And it took any type of boundaries off of creativity. You know, it's so easy to put yourself in a box and be like, oh, well, you know, that's not radio, so we probably shouldn't do it that way. We should do it this way. And it just like immediately took away all of that. So I was really able to go as like far and wide as I wanted to right off the bat. I'm very thankful for that, because you can always reel it back, you know?
Yeah.
But I think it's so healthy to be able to explore all those boundaries. And so, you know, it turned into my first record, There Goes the Neighborhood, which was completely based in Jennyville. And it turned into this like whole marketing thing where I was like, oh, I guess I'm actually sharing this with the world. And like, please don't think I have a big head. but it was really fun. And it still is such a fun place to write from, and I kind of carry that with me through all of my creativity now.
Yeah I love that. So fun just to like get in a room and have no limitations and just be like, okay, like we can be serious or we can be as goofy as we want,
right?
Well, I want to dive into the stories behind the songs. Let's talk about Married in a Honky Tonk, your 2022 album. I mentioned in the intro, I mean, some of the accolades. I mean, Nashville Scene says best country debut album. The Tennessean Artist to Watch, Music Row, Next Big Thing, Class of 2020. Like just some amazing accolades that you've gotten since There Goes the Neighborhood even.
Yeah.
And going into Married in a Honky Tonk, take me into, I know there's an incredible story behind Lonely and the Lone Star. So I want to start with that one.
Yeah.
Walk us through how the idea came about and just what that song means to you, what it was like the day that you wrote it. And then I want to kind of go into what happened at the festival.
Yeah. So I wrote this song. I wrote Lonely and the Lone Star with Bill White and Dave Brainerd. And Bill is the one who brought in the idea, just the title Lonely and the Lone Star. And so Bill and I were like, okay, it's a cowboy song, like you're leaving your lover, like cowboy, whatever. And Dave brings a really unique perspective to the writer's room. It's one of the things that I love the most about him. He was in the Air Force, he's a veteran. And so he has a really, you know, unique perspective that most of us don't have. And so when he heard that, it went to Losing Your Love in Afghanistan, you know, a military song. And we wrote this right before any talks of the withdrawal from Afghanistan started happening. And so it was truly like one of those things where God used us as a vessel and like knew what was coming and was like, this needs to be in the world. And so we wrote it, and you know, you write tons of songs. You don't think like it's a beautiful song, put it on the list, right? And so moving on, probably like a month later, all this talk on the news starts happening about the withdrawals, and something in me, and I mean probably the Holy Spirit, was like, hey, you need to post this song. And I never do that. Like I don't like to post songs that I'm not preparing to release. And so I went to Dave. I was like, I don't know, but I have this really strong feeling that I need to post this. And he was like, well, babe, if you feel that strongly, post it. And so I did. And again, really didn't think anything of it. But a couple of weeks later was when the bombing happened. And it was like, oh, wow, okay, this song just came true. And long story short, one of the widows of one of the Marines, Riley McCullum, who lost his life, she was 2 weeks away from giving birth to their first child when he died. And she heard the song, and this is another God thing. They're from Jackson Hole, Wyoming, which is where Dave and I got married. And his family reaches out to me and they say, you know, this describes exactly how I feel. And they asked us to come play it at Riley's memorial service in Jackson. And so we went out there and we played the song on Fox and Friends that morning, and donated all the proceeds of the song, from the song, to the 13 families that lost their loved ones. And it just, showed me how much love for each other and for our country, like no matter what side you're on, because literally that morning after we got done on Fox and Friends playing it, it went to #1 on iTunes. And it was just like that. I mean, because we were advertising, you know, if you purchase this song, it's going to the families instant. And so that showed me there's so much pride in this country and so much love still for each other. Yeah. And I mean, playing it at his memorial service is one of the hardest things I've ever done and one of the like biggest honors I've ever had. And as a songwriter, you can't ask for anything more than for someone to relate to your song, especially on a level like that. Like there's no greater honor. And so, you know, for such a horrific situation to be able to bring some sense of comfort and peace and understanding is something I don't take lightly. Yeah. That's beautiful. Thanks. Do you want to play a little bit of it? Sure. Yes. Sketch this out. There's no shooting stars over San Antonio, at least none that are worth wishing on. Got a stack of letters in the full moon as a reading light. Sure is lonely in the Lone Star tonight. There's a picture on our wall they took of you at Lackland, and my old phone number you wrote on a Rosario's napkin. This old quarter carat still shining bright. Sure is lonely in the Lone Star tonight. This heavy heart, I'm on my knees with it. There's no prayer I know to make peace with it. Do you want me to? No, that's okay. So beautiful. Thank you. I absolutely love that song. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, it's probably the most meaningful song I've ever gotten to be a part of. So very thankful to my co-writers, because that's the thing about co-writing. It's like Bill brings in an idea that totally thinking about something else. Yeah. And then Dave's got this other thing, and we all come together and make something that none of us imagined that day. Yeah. Just hearing you just play it just raw and stripped down like that too is just really, really cool. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks. Let's talk about I Know Some Cowboys. Yes, that's a fun one. Yeah. So, okay. You know what? I didn't even realize this. I didn't plan this, but I actually wrote I Know Some Cowboys with the exact same people. Did you really? Yes. So it's like our magic trio. Bill and Dave. Yeah, we wrote this after my very first tour all throughout Texas. So I had never been to Texas before. This was probably 6 or 7 years ago. And a guy named Adam Hood, who is a fantastic artist, he took me out on the road with him, and I got to open for him. It was the first artist who's ever taken me out anywhere. So I was so excited. And it was just me and my bass player at the time, just two of us girls getting up on stage, freaking people out. We had so much fun. And everywhere we went in Texas, it was like, oh, ma'am, tip of the hat. Would you like to dance? Let me carry that for you. It was lovely. I fell in love with cowboys. Because there's no real cowboys in Nashville. Like, I didn't grow up around that. And so I would send videos back home to Dave. We were just dating at the time. And because they were trying to teach me how to two-step, like Texas two-step, and I was so bad at it, but it was so much fun. And so they would like dip me on the dance floor, and I'd be like, babe, I got dipped. This was great. So then I would start sending him videos back home and be like, hey, you need to step it up. I'm learning all these moves. And so he's a good sport. And he actually did get us dance lessons for my birthday. So we have like 4 moves that we can pull out and really wow the crowd. And he wrote the song with me. So he's another good sport.
Just Dave, as you're listening, just know that the next time I see you, you are going to have to dance. I've got to see this. So yes.
Challenge him.
Yes.
I want to see if he remembers. Yeah. So honestly, it was, I texted him, better step it up because I know some Cowboys. And we were like, you know what? We got to write that. So we wrote that with Bill and it was so much fun. Bill is such a fun writer. He's a comedian. So he has a natural funny bone and a host on WSM. He was on there for a long time. And so he's just the coolest character and love getting to write with him. And this is probably one of my favorites that we've ever done together. It's so much fun to play live. People always love to dance to it, which is my goal because that was the whole inspiration behind it. So it's really fun.
I love it. Let's hear a little bit of that one too.
Yeah. And this was the first song I played on the road.
Yes. Perfect transition because that's what we're going to go into here in just a second.
All right. So Dave does a cool guitar part that I can't play, so I'm just going to just imagine that. Honey, I've been down to Dallas a time or two. Now don't get me wrong, you know how much I love you. But lately, baby, if you're too busy to give my heart a thrill, I know some cowboys down in Texas that will. At a dance hall in New Braunfels last week, well, I was do-si-doed on a sawdust floor by a tall drinker's chivalry. And if my man can't understand how to get up in my grill, I know some cowboys down in Texas that will. I know some cowboys down in Texas that know how to treat a lady right. With a tip of the hat, thank you ma'am, bet they can rodeo all night. And if there's anyone who can give you a run for your run of the mill, I know some cowboys down in Texas that will.
Let's go. I love it. I love it. Well, yeah, let's go into the road.
Yes, let's go.
I'm sure everybody listening knows of this, but as we sit here today, we're 2 episodes in. Fort Worth and Dallas have happened. Amazing show with Blake Shelton and Taylor Sheridan producing, which is incredible, and then Keith Urban. Yes. So first of all,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about this when I was introducing you down in St. Augustine in September, right? Mm-hmm. October, something like that.
Yes.
We were talking about how the show was just about to come out. Yes. And, you know, and I was like, okay, like I'm excited to see, you know, what they're going to do with this, how it's going to work. And, you know, like now it's out 2 episodes in and it's really cool. Like I was, I kind of made a joke about, well, yeah, they're going to take all these people and see what it's like to live on the road and put them up in this beautiful bus. And that's not how you start out on the road. But it's not, it's, you know, it's like, I love what, you know, they're throwing you out there in different cities and it's gotta be so much fun. Oh my gosh. It was the most fun I've ever had. I mean, we filmed the whole thing in March and April of this year. So we've been having to keep it a secret for so long. So the fact that I get to talk about it finally is so nice. But it was, I tell everyone, it's like we were at like country music summer camp. Like it was so much fun. Because like the first week that you're away is super hard. And for me, it was really hard. I had never been away from my son, who's 2 years old. And I was just like distraught, and I think I lost like 5 pounds the first week because I couldn't eat anything. I was so just like sick with worry. But after that first week, it was like,
this is great. Like, nobody needs me. I'm doing what I love. Like, it was so much fun. And all the other artists are fantastic. Like, beyond their talent, they're so talented, but they're such good people. Like, I could not have asked for a better cast to be a part of. We all love each other. Like, it's like the dream reality TV crew, because I heard so many horror stories, but we had the best experience ever. Like, we're all so grateful. I mean, we're just this big happy family. It sounds so cheesy, but we like all seriously love each other. Yeah. We have a group text. We're texting each other every day still. Like, it's just great. And I mean, to get to open for somebody like Keith Urban every night is like, what? Like, mind blowing.
Right. Yeah.
We're all like standing side stage once we're done filming our part, and Keith Urban's just gonna get up every night and we're just gonna like stand here and watch him right here, and then he's gonna come back and talk to us, and this is crazy. And so it's like learning. I mean, it's like taking a masterclass every night, because you're watching somebody who is literally a living legend right now. I mean, he's one of the biggest artists in the genre, and getting to learn from him, and Blake too. I mean, and Gretchen Wilson's our tour manager. We call her our momager. She is so incredible. Oh my gosh. Like, she opens her mouth to start singing and you're just like jaw on the floor. She's so freaking good. Yeah. But the stories that she has and the guidance that she has as a woman in the music industry, and like the doors that she's knocked down, and she played us the original work tape of Redneck Woman, like the day that her and John Rich wrote it, just them and the guitar, and it was insane. Like, the experiences have been crazy. And Blake Shelton's the funniest person I've ever met. Like, we're just like standing next to them, and I'm like, this is real life. Okay, cool. Like, I'm still processing it. Even when I'm like watching myself on the TV, it's like doesn't go through my brain. Like, this me. But and Bear, my son, he's like, hey, that's my mommy. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, that is, but it's crazy. I know I was there. I remember it. It's a wild thing to process.
Yeah, I think it's been really cool for me, you know, just watching the first two episodes. Like, you know, they're about half of the cast I know. Yeah. So it's like it's really cool. Like, I've got friends that have been on other reality shows, but it's like one person in the whole cast, or maybe two people or something. It's like, it's really cool to see so many songwriters who have played the stage at the listening room, and you know, and I felt that like you're talking about, like when you were leaving and how hard it was to leave Bear. Like, I'm as you're speaking that, I'm like picturing you in your kitchen, and how emotional that was, and knowing you, I was like, this isn't like fake. This isn't like, okay, the producer's going, okay, I need you guys to do this. Like, like I could feel the emotion, and you know, Bear crying, and like, you know, like so upset that you're leaving and all of that.
Well, that was like one of the great things about the show. It is the crew and the production around it. Like, they were so intentional with, to your first point, choosing artists who have been at this for a long time. Yeah. Like, they wanted, I mean, I'm 29 years old and I was one of the youngest on the show. I mean, it's incredible the group of people that they pulled together, because it was about talent. It wasn't about, you know, like, oh, are you this like shiny new toy here? And because, you know, other shows, a lot of them came from working on those other shows, and they said, like, yeah, we find incredible singers, but they don't know what to do when they're put on stage. And so we wanted artists who have, you know, been out grinding, and they've been on these stages, and they've been on the road, no pun intended. And I love that, because I think that's why we had such an incredible group of people, because they were intentional about that. Yeah. And the other part is that they told us before we started filming, they're like, this is not a gotcha show. Like, we're not looking to like capture you in this bad light and air it out to America and all this stuff. Like, we want all of you to find success out of this. Like, we truly believe in each one of you. And so I think that you can really feel, like what you're describing to me, you can really feel the love that the production and the crew had for all of us, and their passion that they have for us and for music. And And that's just, I mean, that's unheard of. In TV land, like, no, it's every man for himself and sell your soul to the devil. Like, no, this was such a beautiful, like, so much love went into this, and you can feel it.
Yeah. I know it's got to be so hard for you knowing how it ends and not being able to talk about it.
I know, I'm like, it's like I was on The Bachelor and I know everything that happened, but I can't tell you.
But yeah, just the 2 episodes that we know of so far, like, you know, what would you say is like your most fun moment? Like, what was your biggest takeaway other than, like, you know, what you've already said about just the crew and all of that? Like, what did you learn the most?
I learned so much about myself. I mean, you know, I grew so much in independence, first of all, because it was my first time truly being alone. Like, I had never even been in a hotel room by myself. Like, I literally was on my own for the very first time. Because I met my husband when I was 19, 20. And when we started dating after the first year of knowing each other, I moved in with him immediately from living with my parents. So I had never lived on my own. I had, you know, he plays in my band too. So when we're on the road, of course, he's in the same room as me. Or if he's not on the road, one of the girls in my band, we bunk together. So I went to my hotel room the first night we were filming, and I was like, I can like do anything. Like, I can do whatever I want. This is crazy. Like, I could order room service. I could, like, what? So that was hard, but also so empowering too, to find my independence, and also just gain so much more confidence in myself and be able to play these giant stages, like film this freaking TV show by myself. Like, it's wild. And so I think that that's one of the biggest things that I learned and grew from, was just how much, you know, I can do it on my own. I don't have, you know, and I think, judging from the first couple episodes, they're really setting up that storyline well. So it's it's funny to watch it all edited together. But it is true. It's like, that was my first experience of, like, real independent.
Yeah.
And it's a challenge, but it was a good challenge, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And I want some of it back sometimes now. I'm like, okay, mommy needs a break.
Well, I can't wait to just keep watching and see how it ends up. And everybody out there, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's awesome. Yes. So by the time this comes out, we'll probably be 3 episodes in. But go check out The Road and watch Jenny. So as we wrap up, I do want to go back to Jackson Hole, because I think what you're doing there is so cool. You started the festival, Cowgirls at the Cowboy Festival, in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And I think, you know, what I love is, like, you're pouring into women and highlighting them in this festival. So just talk briefly about, like, how did that even come out? Like, how did you come up with the idea, and how can everybody come to that festival? How do they find out about it?
Yeah, so Jackson Hole has become this, like, magical place for me in my life. I played at, it's called the Silver Dollar. It's attached to the Wirt Hotel right in Town Square. It's like this beautiful historic hotel. And I played there in October of 2020. I was supposed to play there in March of 2020. Funny. Yeah. But got to go back in October. And it was like, I mean, if you've ever been to Jackson Hole, you know it's like this hallmark town. It's beautiful, the most beautiful place I've ever seen. The people are so kind and so welcoming and so unassuming too. They say it's where the billionaires are pushing out the millionaires in Jackson Hole, but you would never know it just by meeting these people. It's like, they are so down to earth and so welcoming.
Do they dip you?
They did. Yes.
So Texas and Wyoming.
It was a very good show. I mean, one of the women who was at my first show, I've become really good friends with her. She owns an art gallery, and she came up to my merch table, bought one of every single thing at my merch table. Her name's Carrie Wild, and she's a beautiful artist. So look her up if you like wildlife art. She's amazing. But anyways, I played that show, and Dave and I actually got engaged there on that trip. So it was like this whole magical experience, right? And the owner of the Cowboy Bar was also the owner of the Silver Dollar in the Wirt Hotel. and his name was Bill Baxter. And he became a huge supporter of mine after that show, and just a big fan, and wanted to help me in any way that he could. And so he brought me back to Jackson the following summer to open up for Midland, because they had their own festival that he had kind of started on the town square called Million Dollar Music Fest. And so I got to open for them. And after that show, Bill called me and he was like, hey, I have this idea. I really want to do a festival of all women, and I want you to be the face of it, and you make it whatever you want. I just want you to run with it. And I was like, okay, like, sounds good to me. So it was honestly this like silver platter placed right in my lap. Like, here, Jenny, do whatever you want with this. And so he gave me 3 nights to literally make whatever I wanted. So the first night we do a songwriter night, which honestly always ends up being my favorite, because it's the one night a year that you can hear a pin drop in the Million Dollar Cowboy Bar. And it's incredible. I mean, obviously,
Yes.
Songwriter rounds are where it's at. So that's the first night. The second night is always an artist who's having this like breakout year. The third night is our major headliner. So we just had our 4th annual festival about 3 weeks ago. It's always like the first or second week of October. And we had Ella Langley as our headliner, which is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
May Estes was our second night. Tranny Anderson and Willow Avalon were on the first night for the songwriter night. It was...
So you just had a problem getting good talent this year?
I scrapped up what I could. So yeah, I'm extremely grateful.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So it really, really was Bill's brainchild, and he invited me into it. And he passed away, unfortunately, last year, but his son, who has taken over, is very passionate about continuing what he's done, and his daughter. So I'm just very, very grateful that I get to be a part of it and put my stamp on it. And it's incredible. I mean, just like you said, getting to showcase all these women in country. I mean, they have such incredible stories. Like, that's, even Dave he's always loved to produce female artists a lot more, because they get to say these things that the men don't get to say. We have such different life experience, and it's just, I don't know, it's really special. And so the talent that you get to see and the stories that you get to hear, you're not going to hear anywhere else, like all grouped together in that little bunch. And so it's so special, and in the most beautiful place in the world. So if you guys want to come, keep your eyes out, because I think we'll be announcing the next date soon. We've got some offers out to some pretty exciting people.
I love it.
And it's at the Million Dollar Cowboy Bar in Jackson Hole, so it's not a bad place to go.
Not a bad place at all. Yeah, beautiful part of the country. Well, thank you so much for sharing some of your story.
You.
I just love watching your success, and I know it's just going to continue. So
thank you so much. This has been fun.
Yeah. Last question. Always end on this. If you can go back to 8-year-old Jenny, right down the street, right here in Nashville, everything that you've done and accomplished so far, what advice would you give yourself?
I think just keep believing in yourself. It's so funny that you asked me that, because I was thinking about this journal entry that I wrote when I was a little girl. I was probably like around 8. I'll have to see what year it was. And it was talking about how I wanted to be Alicia Keys when I grew up. because she's such a good singer, and so am I. And I'm like, man, if I could have that level of confidence still, And so just going back to that, and not in like a big-headed way, but just in like believe in yourself. Like, I mean, to be able to sit here and talk to you about all this stuff, like I said, it's crazy to get through my own brain. But believing in yourself and trusting in God that He's going to get us where we need to be. Yeah.
I love it.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you.
And thank you, everybody out there, for listening. This has been another episode of Stories Behind the Songs. I'm Chris Blair. You've been listening to Jenny Tolman, and we will see you next time. This has been an episode of Stories Behind the Songs with Chris Blair. For more information after the show, head over to chrisblair.com. That's where you can find information on these episodes, trailer notes, video links, all kinds of great stuff. Also, make sure to leave us a great rating on iTunes. Like and follow us on Spotify, YouTube, wherever you listen to podcasts. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think.
I really hope that you think this show is awesome, and we really appreciate the love and support. I promise to keep gathering great content and continuing to sit down with more amazing songwriters and artists as we grow. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks for the support. We'll see you next time.